Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Timothy Hill, and I am the producer of the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. Joining me today, I have my co-producer Trina. Shout out to my other co-producer, Black Legacy. And today we have joining us is Marv Ross. Marv Ross, what's good, man? How you doing?
What's good, man? How y'all feeling?
Doing good, man. Just been waiting for this moment, waiting for this show. But Marv, could you let viewers know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you?
Okay. Well, my name is comedian Marv Ross. Uh, you can find me. My social media outlets is Marv Ross 79 on Instagram. Facebook is Marv Ross the comedian. Follow that page. My Facebook page filled up, so you can find me on there. I do shows weekly. Been doing comedy for like 17 years in the game, so that's what's up.
Okay. Okay. Looking at your profile, I noticed that your title was the Underground Comic King.
Yeah.
Could you kind of, in your words, could you kind of share what's the difference between an underground comic versus a mainstream comic? And is mainstream something you're looking to push towards to, or do you prefer, the underground scene?
Well, I picked that name probably about 10 years ago. So what happened? I'm gonna be honest, the name kind of came out of frustration.
Okay.
Because I wasn't getting like booked for like mainstream shows. Okay. But I do now. So what I did, I just embraced it. I said, you know what? I'm not in the mainstream. I'm just gonna be the underground comic king.
There you
so
go.
It kind of stuck, man. I just keep saying it, and that's what everybody called me, Marv Ross, the underground comic king.
Yeah. Well, you well known now. Like I said, your comedy is well known throughout Detroit, definitely. Like I said, I'm doing these shows. I got to meet a lot of comics, so your name was always coming up, in the mention. So,
all right. So, Underground Comic King. Mm-hmm. We've also looked through your social media and saw where you made some posts on your journey on semen retention. Can you share with us what led you to this journey, and what did you gain from it? What knowledge did you gain from it, and are you still on this journey?
And how long? Are you still on it? If not, how long was you doing it?
Okay, yeah, I do still practice it.
Okay.
I had a goal. Well, the reason I started doing semen retention is because it felt right, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to.
Oops.
I did it. I started off maybe about 2 years ago. It's not an easy practice. It's probably 3 years ago, and started off doing it for like a week, and then I got better at it. And I started doing it for months, and I seen a change in my life. Like I was more focused, more driven. You know what I mean? And a lot of people get semen retention mixed up. It don't mean you got to save your energy for the rest of your life. You just save it when you need to, when you're trying to get something done or accomplish a goal. So what I did was, this last year I had made a promise that I was going to do a whole year, and I made it to 6 months. It ended. It's 6 months, so it was like 149 days. That's the longest run I went on, but I still practice it, but the goal to it is a lot of men don't know, especially when you get in your early 30s and late 40s, you got to control how you spill your seed. You feel me? It's a lot of energy in that. So and who you doing it with, because when you having sexual sexual intercourse with different women, you having soul ties and things of that nature. So I had to, I had to rewire my brain. I had to get all the old ties off me, all the people I had been with and all that stuff. And I had to recreate myself. And I seen some progress, like things that I didn't have in my life, I got now. And things that I wanted back in my life, they back. You feel me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It did happen, but the goal is not to do it forever. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna walk around here forever?
Right.
Do you plan on are you going back on your journey? You're gonna give it another couple 100 days, or right now you're set?
I mean, to be honest with you, that was just the goal. Just to, I still got the YouTube page. I was trying to do a physical year. I didn't make it. I got to do one more YouTube post letting them know what happened, because I got a couple fans that was watching. But at this point, I'm just going with the flow. I pretty much got what I wanted out of it. And I'm the type of guy, I'm just not going to go around here just spilling it. You know what I mean? It's got to be meant, because you're only really supposed to have intercourse for procreation, and a lot of people don't know that, because we all mammals. So like, even like lions, bears and stuff, they only have sex like what, one time a year?
Yeah, procreation.
So, yeah, so that's why they able to like jump over stuff, and I can feel it, man. I can feel it in my body. Like,
got that super strength.
yeah, I can feel the strength, you know what I'm saying? I used to tell dudes, you don't want to mess with me, man, I'll snap your neck.
There you go.
Yeah.
Speaking of snapping, lately in the comedy scene, there's been quite a few disagreements, with comments. You got, Chris Rock, you got, Kevin Hart, Mike, and not Kevin Hart, well, Kevin Hart and Cat Williams. You got Josiah B. He beefing with somebody. So you heard of the Monique and DL Hughley situation, right?
Yeah, somebody called me and told me about that. Yeah, my boy Josh told me.
Okay. So situation pretty simple, is Monique pretty much felt that she should have been the headliner of that show. And I wanted to hear from another comic, I don't know if you follow her career or anything like that, but do you feel Monique should have headlined a show with DL Hughley, or you think DL Hughley should have been the headliner of that show?
Man, to be honest with you, man, those are like legendary comic problems. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't have them issues. You know what I mean? So, like to me on the outside looking in, it's kind of dumb. You know what I'm saying? Okay. They making money. The place is packed. As a professional, I wouldn't have did all that. I would have just stuck to my contract and did the show accordingly. But you can't tell people, especially Monique I love Monique. She's still a woman, so she's emotional. You feel me? I think if she would have took a few hours to think about it, maybe she wouldn't have took that route that she did. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you got people looking at you, man, and everybody gonna judge you. So my goal is to stay away from confrontation. Be professional as possible. So I don't think, me personally being in her position, like a legendary comic, I wouldn't have did that. I would just did the show. Now, if she felt some type of way, I would have went ham on the mic and be like, all right, this mic hot, who next? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now, I'm sure you've seen that situation a couple times throughout your career as a comic, where someone may have felt that they should have been a headliner, but maybe didn't. How is that situation normally handled? I guess either behind the scenes, or, is that like a good reason why a lot of beefs are, kind of like in the comedy scene, is because maybe jealousy of, headlining versus opening for someone else, or they may not feel like, I'm too good to be opening for you, and I should be headlining.
That definitely happens a lot, man. But the thing is, it's all about the comic and your mindset. So like me, I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm in competition with my last performance. You understand what I'm saying? So like,
Just give him another moment to tune back in.
My heart, I pray before I go up there. I want people to feel my jokes, feel, the word.
Hey, Marv.
Friends that you want, but you on that stage by yourself, and you represent yourself. So anytime you bomb or have a bad show, it gets around like clockwork, especially if you're good. Like me, I know I'm good. Knock on wood, I rarely bomb, but if it do, it get around like wildfire. You know what I mean? Marv, because they so used to you doing good. So, but bombs, it come with the game, man. You embrace the bombs. You know what I mean? You learn from it. So, as far as like, you know, other comics not wanting to, you know, like say if I was headlining and they didn't want to go before me, I mean, man, it don't bother me. But, you know, at the end of the day, I get booked for shows. So if they booking you, they paying you for a service. So if they pay me to headline, there's really too much you could do. But on the flip side, if somebody's headlining and I'm featuring, I have a respect factor. Like, I know I'm funny. I know I can go nuts, but I'm not going to go nuts to the point where I'm trying to take all the juice out the show. So I'll do my time. And, you know, I get off the stage because it's a headliner here. They still got to do a job. Headlining is the most hardest job to do in comedy, because you got to wait after all these comments go up. We all talk about some of the same material, just a different outlet. And you got to be funnier than every guy that just went up before you. And Detroit got funny comics, man. You know what I mean?
They do.
So, yeah. You know, they push me.
Okay, nice. All right. Marv, just to make you aware, sometimes you chip in and out with your video. So if we ask you to just repeat what you just said, it's because we missed that couple seconds, okay?
Say again.
Sometimes you're chipping in and out, so we just wanted to let you know. So if we ask you to repeat what you just said, it's because of that reason, okay?
Oh, okay, no doubt.
All right, cool. All right, so you've been in the comedy world for what, 17 years, as you mentioned before earlier?
Yeah, 17, going on 18.
All right, so what's one of the funniest jokes or situations that you can recall from memory during your 17 years?
Funniest jokes? One of my funniest jokes, I got a joke about...
It don't have to be yours. It don't have to be yours.
Oh, one of the funniest situations?
Yeah, joke or situation that you recall off of memory.
Yep, don't have to be yours. It could be anything.
Well, a couple years ago, I was in Los Angeles, and I got blessed to be on the show with D-Ray Davis.
Okay.
You know, I always been a fan of D-Ray Davis, and I just, you know, it was overwhelming. So I had another comic. You know, comics be thinking like, if they see your friend on the show, you know, maybe they can get on the show. So I had a comic friend. He was in LA too. And he goes up to D-Ray. He tell him like, "Hey, I'm Marv's friend. Can I get a spot on the show?" And D-Ray walked up to me and was like, "Hey man, what's up with your boy? Is he funny?" And the comic was a new comic. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yeah, all right, man, but not tonight." You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the funniest nights to me. And you know, just being around D-Ray, and I told him one night we did like 3 shows. I said, "D-Ray, you cool as hell." He said, "Look, bro, I ain't that cool," and he walked off.
In his feelings.
He was like, "I ain't that cool." No, he walked off.
That's funny. All right, Marv. So as you know, June 15th, you're going to be on the panelist for the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show.
No doubt.
Part of the show is what you're going to be doing is answering questions or giving advice from your perspective for the people who submit questions into the show. So just to warm you up a little bit, and just to give you a heads up, we talk about anything, like any question could come across on whatever.
No topic is taboo, so you will get it.
Yep. So just to warm you up with a little light one, what advice could you give men and women on helping to coexist better and build a better relationship? Like, is there something that women could do better, and is there something that men could do better in regards to each other?
Well, what I learned in my life, man, you got to be friends first.
Okay.
You know, you got to build a relationship off, you know, friendship and just want to be around somebody. Like a lot of people, they meet somebody and they attracted to them physically and sexual intercourse, and that's what it's all about. But you got to be able to like the person after, you know, the intercourse. Like, I want to be around you after sex. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anybody I meet, I try and like, you know, really just date them and get to know them before we have sex. So that's the only thing I could give to people. Like, you got to be compatible, man. You got to want to be with your mate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Right.
That's a good response.
That's actually real good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But before we get off, I do want to send a shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Farside TV. Shout out to Starboard Mind Records. Shout out to The Spit. And shout out to Smashing Concepts. Before you get off, Marv, could you let people know again where they could find you? And then also, could you let people know if you have any events coming up that we could check out?
Okay. Well, before I do that, man, I just want to give a big shout out to y'all because y'all been doing this for a while. I remember y'all was at the Punchline doing it.
Oh yeah, that's when we started. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Big up to
Thank you for
y'all,
that.
man, keeping that vision going and keeping the keeping the drive to keep something going. A lot of people start stuff and don't know how to finish it.
Yeah.
But you can my next big show, I got a show at Muskegon University, September 21st. And this Father's Day weekend, I have a show that I produce. Me and my homie Detroit Red, Fago Red,
Okay.
Ewing, and comedian Betty, my homeboy Fago. It's called the Grown and Sexy Father's Day Comedy Cabaret. So what's going on? We're gonna do like a hour comedy show. Then after the show, it's gonna turn into like a cabaret style party. We just want the fathers to have some fun. I know most dads know, Father's Day, we get recognition, but we don't get it like the moms. You know what I'm saying? They always get all the best parties and the shows. So we just trying to do something for the dads different. We hope everybody tap in. You know what I'm saying? The tickets are $35, but if that's too much, man, we'll work with you. We just want people to show up, put on your best dress, you know what I'm saying, and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's gonna be at the MRCC Hall. Tight security, all that. So that's the show I'm pushing for. I want people to, if you want interested, I got it's a website for the tickets on my page, and I have physical tickets. I got a show coming up with this guy named Jelly Roll. That's also on my page on June 26th. I also have my own room on Tuesday nights at the Keynote Lounge. I got a lot of shows, man. I got a calendar. I put them up on my page. And just tap in with me, man. I'm one of the funniest cats in the city. I'm proud to say that, man. Detroit made me funny. You feel me?
All right. Well, please tag us in those events, and we'll make sure we get them on our page and post them.
No doubt.
But other than that, bro, we look forward to having you on June 15th at this show. It's gonna be hot.
No doubt.
The questions are coming in. If you got anybody that got relationship questions, tell them to submit it in to us for a chance to have it on the show. And if anybody would like any information on the show coming up June 15th, all you have to do is go to Eventbrite, type in Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. You'll see our past shows from last year, this year, as well as full shows on the Farside TV YouTube channel. So till then, bro, we'll see you Wednesday. And thank you for your time.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. God bless y'all.
All right.
Bless up.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ramai.